On this episode, we take Betsy back to Keetmanshoop, find some alternative fuel, and make some new friends who go out of their way to help our project along. We collaborate with local bikers, chat to captive audiences, and get fully stocked with used cooking oil to fuel the long desert stretch towards the west coast. After spending a weekend in Aus, Betsy continues down the road through an arid landscape where those who can adapt survive. Closer to the coast, desert sands blow in. We arrive in Lüderitz and explore the surrounds, meet up with a friend, and even meet the mayor. Kolmanskop, a diamond village turned ghost town, is ticked off the bucket list before we kick things into gear to spread awareness. Subscribe below and let's hit the road. We got things on the go in Keetmanshoop. The community is awesome. They are organizing things, doing social media posts, sending out the information on groups. We have 3 venues so far. The Schützenhaus, which is going to be on Friday evening, is going to be a short educational talk. Sunday, the people that missed out on that one, they're going to find us at the Super Spa that was organized by Petrus, the manager. Chris just walked in and he brought us some cup holders. So one from Tannie Betsy and one from Chris. We came into the Namibian University of Science and Technology hoping to find a contact to get to one of the campuses and possibly sign up some of the students. 2 unexpected candidates wanted to sign up as lifesavers. 14 for Namibia so far. Michael, a traveller from Israel, pulled in with a broken bike and we soon struck up a close friendship with him. At the Eagle's Nest, I've got Renee and Marika helping me out with some used cooking oil. They've actually been collecting it for us for a couple of days now. Putting it through a funnel and then I'm going to go and pump it into the tanks. Tonight, we're going to do the community talk at the Schützenhaus. They've actually offered their whole venue free of charge and we've invited the local community to come out. Going to get the place ready now. Very nice venue. Just about ready to go in and there's power lines touching each other and hail coming down. I really hope that these power lines don't snap because that'll mean that we got some serious trouble. I see sparks. After this coffee we're gonna go in and give the Yo. Unfortunately, the whole street's power went down. This whole conference center is pitch black and we won't be able to use it. So when people start pitching up, we're probably going to move over to the side. Got a bit of a flu coming on, I think. And next week, we've got another 4 recruitment drives back to back. It's a lot of talking. And if the voice disappears, it's going to be a hard thing to do. But at least I've got a backup, Yolandi. We've got Michael here, away from Israel. And he pitched up tonight. It's going to be our one and only person to sign up. And we always say one person is a huge success. We got our first people here today. They brought us a veggie hamper, which is lekker. And then also 40 liters of used cooking oil, which gives us 120 kilometers. So thank you very much to Vikas and Mika. We did the first drive at their business. So it's our second day at the Schützenhaus. We've sent out plenty of marketing material and we're feeling a bit despondent as we haven't had a single person pitch up today to sign up as a stem cell donor. So we're hoping that tomorrow might be a better day. It's going to be at the spa and we're going to be in a public space. But this is an awesome opportunity missed. Tannie Betsy saved the day and brought us one willing local.
It's crazy. It's crazy. They probably had more stuff than me and I'm on a motorcycle.
Yeah, we had a family here from Brazil.
Look at this amazing bounty that Chris and Tannie Betsy got us. got this whole bucket load of oil and I've got an extra hands to help me out, which is amazing. I'm definitely gonna fill up Betsy now. Even got an offer to pick up some more oil tomorrow, another 40 liters from ShopRite. That's gonna be enough to get us to Lüderitz, back and to Marienthal. And Chris has actually said that he can send some down to Marienthal and Windhoek for me, which is, yeah, awesome. Emissions being made. I've never had so many hands help me out with used cooking oil. Never met people so enthusiastic about this used cooking oil story. Yeah, going really well. Getting all the debris out, so it's gonna save my filters.
Gathering of good people from everywhere, man.
Samuel's gonna sign up. He's the driver of this truck over here from grain carriers in Namibia. And hopefully he'll be a match for that little girl whose father contacted us yesterday. Today we've got one that we haven't done so far, a bank, so we're going to go into F&B. Good morning, guys. And then yesterday I went across to the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, just took a chance, walked in, and they actually did a live interview and we were featured on the news, which is fantastic. It's great exposure for the project. That'll motivate the upcoming communities to take part. Ons sit alles by mekaar en ons stuur na die South African boundary. We run the engine's hot water through a heat exchanger that heats up the cooking oil. As soon as we see that the cooking oil is 90 degrees Celsius, we know that the viscosity is right. Then we close up the diesel and we open up the oil and we just run on the oil. Yeah. Amper soos die ou valjaapie trekkers het op parafin gehardloop, dit werk maar amper self. Maar dit spaar vir ons aansienlik baie geld. Without running on cooking oil, we would never be able to afford our project. Running this truck on diesel, you guys know, it's expensive. It's 3 k's to a liter, so it's heavy.
So from here to, let me say, to Windhoek is how many kilometers? 400 or 5. You reach how many liters?
3 kilometers to a liter. If I want to drive 300 kilometers, I need 100 liters.
100 liters?
Yeah.
Cooking oil?
Yeah.
Cooking oil. Is it more different from diesel?
It's the same consumption. It's exactly the same.
Consumption the same.
We've done 11,000 kilometers on the cooking oil and we haven't paid for a drop of it. That's why it's so important for our project. Yeah. That's a plezier, julle.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, guys, have a good day, man. Cheers.
Maar je nog
Game over.
Bye-bye, tannie. Is my siel al klaar? This morning we left Keetmanshoop on the way to Lüderitz. We've got our first breakdown, so that didn't take very long. And then to make matters worse, I tried to cut my own hair last night. Came out to right on the one side, but things went south. But yeah, here's our breakdown. The mounting of the filter broke. Luckily, none of the pipes burned through against the turbo system. I'm gonna see if I can just make a DIY plan for now and just hook it up with some cable tie. And then when we get to the campsite, take it out and weld it.
gat by Kimberley. Ek kan nie uithou nie. Ek wil huis toe gaan.
We just met up with Karen and she showed us the campsite. It looks awesome. This is our campsite today. It's an awesome one, very quiet in town. It's a holiday and there's nobody around. It's just the petrol station attendant and that's it. We're gonna go for a walk through Aus today. There's flood warnings coming in from every side. Michael that we met, the Israeli guy, took his bike out to Mariental side. He wanted to go to Sesrim, says the C19 is also flooded. I spoke to some other overlanding contacts that we have. There's big flash floods coming in all around. On the way to Lüderitz, luckily it's a tarred road. We're gonna spend the weekend here just to try and get our things together, mellow down a bit after all of the recruitments in Keetmanshoop. Did get some word from the campsite host that there's a lovely walking trail right out there. Apparently Namibia hasn't had good rain in this area for about 7 years, in Keetmanshoop for 12 years, so we came at just the right time. It is making the gravel roads challenging. Betsy's going to be just fine. She is 4x4 but she's also 10.5 tons, so getting that out of the mud is going to be interesting. At least we got that winch. Okay, it's Monday morning, still in Aus, and it's been a good breather at this campsite. Gets a bit much if you're talking to 200 people a week. Yulandi's going to be catching up on some chores today with some washing and all that. And I'm going to see if I can dig into this bracket. It needs to be welded. It broke off right here, and I found the perfect piece of steel lying on the campsite actually. Coincidentally, it's going to be the perfect gusset. I'm just going to cut it in half.
I never look back in my rearview mirror. Nothing there but more of the same. No, I never look back in my rearview mirror. Nothing except for when I'm changing lane. I ain't going back. No, I ain't going back. No, I'm
Ja, lyk so 'n bietjie maar. Oh, maar hy lyk of hy happy is.
hungry, broken, cold, but life's an open road. Gonna go out with my foot down on the floor. That's why I never look back.
So het hy gesê moet jy afry. Hy sê links.
Nee, hy het gesê regs by die watergat, 3 kilometer aan en dan regs.
Never look back in my rearview mirror. Never step for when I'm changing lanes. Oh, when you've been in trouble and you don't know where to go, to stand up tall and haul your heavy load. Honey, you and I can find a windy road and less travel and leave behind this wicked world of woe. That's why I never look back in my rearview mirror. Nothing there but more of the same. No, I never look back in my rearview mirror. Never step for when I'm changing lanes. No, I never look back in my rearview mirror. Nothing there but more of the same. No, I never look back in my rearview mirror. Never simple when I'm changing lane. I said never simple when I'm changing lane. Oh, Lord.
Since Michael got held up by the rain, he could think of nothing better to do than to turn around and ride back 500 kilometers to offer us a helping hand. had to come and check out Dia's Point, and it's super windy today, but hopefully we'll get a good sunset in. The next morning, while killing some time before a meeting, we stumbled onto Shark Island. We had no idea about this location's grim and brutal history. Shark Island was Namibia's first death camp. It was used by the German Empire during the Herero and Nama genocide of 1904 to 1908. Driving up to the island, we couldn't have imagined that there once stood an execution chamber where the lighthouse stands today. Between 1,032 and 3,000 Herero and Nama men, women and children died in the camp between March 1905 and its closing in April 1907. It's been called the blueprint for what the Nazis would later perpetrate in the Holocaust during World War II.
The German caption reads, "A box with Herero skulls was recently dispatched by the troops in German Southwest Africa to the Pathological Institute in Berlin to be used for scientific measurements. These skulls, scraped clean by Herero women using glass shards and ready for shipment, came from hanged or fallen Hereros."
We try to focus on the lighter side of life, but if you wanted to know more about this place, I've linked a video in the description. Just got a call from Gil, our first community member, wanting to meet up with us to see if we can try and arrange some stuff. We've got the mayor of Lüderitz actually looking to sign up now. He's going through the exclusion criteria. If he can, he's going to be our first person to sign up in Lüderitz. Put the word out to local businesses and groups of people to invite us over to come and do that educational talk and hopefully sign up some stem cell donors. With our extra bit of time today, we won't be doing much, so we thought we'd head over to the Maritime Museum, which is actually the largest one in Southern Africa, and actually in Africa I think, but it looks very interesting, 5 levels. Michael has also joined us. It's our second day in Lüderitz and we've got our first educational talk at the Blue School from the ages of 7 to 14, and hopefully we'll get some of the teachers to sign up. Our second recruitment for the day, and it's our second day in Lüderitz. We are set up at Ritzy's. It's actually the mayor of town, Philip, and his mother's place. They put out information all across town. He's asked the PR guy in town to put it out to the community. community. Hopefully we'll get some walk-ins today. We don't expect a lot of people to come to a public event where everybody's invited out. We have a lot more success when it comes to doing group sign-ups and educational talks. We got a successful start to the day with our first 2 donors signing up. We've got Keegan and Lenelia. Lenelia's actually gone out of her way to assist us in reaching out to the community and setting up drives. Keegan, that's in this bucket over here, just stopped by and he said he's got a gift for us and he brought us a whole bag of goodies for the road. These small communities are really supportive. Today we're doing something really cool. We've got recruitment drive set up for over the weekend. It's Friday. We're going to hit Kolmanskop, which is a ghost town, which we'll learn more about when we get there. We're going to do a self-guided tour with a voice app, so first time doing that. I think that's going to be really cool. And this is the spot that we are staying at during our time in Lüderitz. It's a workshop, Wendy and Heinz's place. It's perfect because Poppy stays right in there. She works in there and she's got the keys to that gate so we can go in and out whenever we need to. And it's at no cost. There's also a water plug-in, which is great.
Voice map tour today, and that you can take the time to have a walk through our beautiful open-air museum.
Interesting.
We're able to send the bowling ball back to you in this return channel, which is quite impressive. And install industrial gas systems. How the system worked was actually quite interesting. In principle, salt water has a lower freezing temperature than fresh water. So how the system used to work was by filling this big tank up with salt water from the reservoir up on the hill and filling these small suspended tanks you see with fresh water. The big saltwater tank was then refrigerated and cooled down, and if you peek behind the tank, you can still see the original coil of steel pipe that was pressurized, either full of CO2 or ammonia gas, thereby refrigerating the big tank of salt water. The salt water was cold enough to freeze the fresh water in the suspended tanks. While still liquid, the salt water would also be pumped through those pipes you see on the wall, right into some cooling pipes in the walk-in freezer of the butchery.
The next day we met with Crystal, who arranged for us to spread awareness at local churches. The joy of having a house that moves is that you can come down the road, park with a good view and grab some lunch before we head off to the next recruitment. It is a Sunday afternoon, so it's only going to be 2 hours. We did 6 churches this morning. Crystal, a community member, helped us set everything up, and we hope some of the community members will come out to sign up this afternoon. Today we've got a secondary school. It's Monday, Angra Pequena. Looking like we've got a good audience today. That person will pass away if they don't receive a stem cell transplant. Fire all of those lazy workers in your bone marrow, that's the stem cells, and they take healthy workers from a healthy donor and they transplant that into the patient. That patient then has a chance of surviving his or her cancer. We're on our way to Blue Kelp. They've given us a quick spot at 11 o'clock to go and sign up their whole team. Right, we're back at Angra Pequena School today, and they have given us the hall space here. The school sent out these consent forms and we got close to 70. We've got Mr. David here with us. He's going to be our hero for Lüderitz. He's going to continue growing the database on this side of Namibia. So in this secondary school, it's going to be an awesome opportunity with all the new matriculants, all the students that come in over the age of 16. They'll be able to sign up straight with Mr. David and he'll send it back to the SABMR. Awesome, man. Thank you very much, man.
Welcome.
Really appreciate that.
Welcome.
I think we managed to sign up about 70 people in total. Back at Hydro Lake now, which is where we are sleeping, and they've got a workshop with some young and healthy guys, and they want to learn more about stem cell donation and the whole process. And Heinz, who owns the workshop, has also offered that if we needed to do any maintenance on the truck, then they would be happy to sort us out. We don't, however, because we spent a lot of time in December getting things ready, so everything is lucky at the moment. Check this out, we've got our first meal in Lüderitz with the locals. Pretty awesome.
Buchter!
Yeah, Buchter, and we got 2 stem cell sign up, Bruce and Brian. Brent. Bruce and Brent. But today was a quick sign up at Fermar Foods. It's an oyster farm. We managed to get 6 of the team members. Now we're gonna hit the road. We're gonna go park next to the lagoon here, make a nice breakfast, have a good view, catch up with our online work. This afternoon we're gonna get spoiled with a bit of a trip.
I heard you guys have a YouTube channel.
Yes, we do. You wanna be on it?
No.
Sand roses, okay.
There we go. That's actually how they start. That's how
Okay.
they get those long
Like fins, you know.
fins.
those,
Yeah, they start like this.
Okay.
See?
There you can see
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
A prisoner, because you won't be able to get up.
That would
Once
be
you're inside,
lovely.
you're inside. So it could have been for people. Could have been like a prison.
Wendy only gives the Buchter Tour to special people, but I've put down her contacts in the description.
And then chain it up and then pull it onto the slipway with a pulley system. The
Wow.
pulley system was those blocks in the back there. But yeah, a few whales came in here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, you can see the chains.
Oh, this is where the chains pulled up, eh? Big tank, yeah. This was a tank that they used to store the whale oil, and those were the burners where they actually melted the oil from the fat. Actually quite impressed with this car's 4x4 capabilities. She's brought us over here to check out this hole.
Took them like a month to build the base. The whole thing was put over here.
This was the scene where they shot the Red Sea Diving Resort movie, which is actually one of my favorites, and they had the bungalows right over here. We'd like to welcome our newest official partner on board, Betsy, Massimo Spiriti Famose. On the next episode, we spend a night in the desert and get surrounded by wild horses. We pass through Aus again, sort out some hiccups and find some alternative fuel. Back in Keetmanshoop, we meet overlanders who drove down the west coast of Africa from France. We get an awesome recruitment opportunity at the Namibian Institute of Mining and Technology, slap a new partner's logo on Betsy's behind, and wander north to a mysterious landmark, Broekros Mountain, a collapsed caldera just waiting to be explored out in the middle of nowhere. From camping out under the stars to boondocking at a Mariental truck stop, it all leads to good things and meeting another kind community.
The Matches on the Map project is proudly supported by our loyal Patreon members and our official partners.
Support our campaign by checking out our website, subscribing to our channel, browsing our WhatsApp shop, or becoming one of our Patreon members.